Howdy fellas, Laxo here, and today in this video we will be going back to discussing characters in which they were released, in the order in which they were released. Last time I believe I covered Ulquiorra, as you could see here. This video we will be discussing Nnoitra. So, the way this usually works is I tell you guys that we're going to be, going over Nnoitra. We're going to test him in 6v6 and 1v1, go over team comps, go over his skills, go over his war souls, go over his talents, everything, giving it grades, top to bottom, full character, in-depth analysis. But I only have him 3 stars, so I decided, you know what, let's go ahead and check and see if I have anybody I can fight that has Nnoitra. Unfortunately, nobody on my friends list has Nnoitra in their lineup, so I can't test their Nnoitra. So I said, you know what, let's check out my free-to-play account, because he was just released, like last month, I think? So somebody surely has to have him. Nobody has him or is using him in my free-to-play server either. So there has to be, let's think, there has to be a reason as to why nobody uses him. And in this video, we're going to be discussing that. All right, so once again, guys, unfortunately, no actual gameplay of Nnoitra, but we're gonna have some fun. Usually, I think my last video, I did a nice little character review, or just gave a couple quick words about him as a character. So we'll do that here. Nnoitra, he was Espada number 5. He was Espada number 8. He tricked Nell. Defeated her, I guess. I'm gonna use finger quotation marks for that. Defeated her, and he is promoted to Espada number 5 from Espada number 8. He was actually a super cool character. I remember I used to love this guy. Let's see here. He beat Chad, which, shocker, my cat can beat Chad, so shocker there. Then he went on to try and fight Ichigo. He was going to beat Ichigo, but that's only because Ichigo just finished a big fight with Grimmjow. And then didn't get a chance to beat Ichigo, unfortunately. Then Kenpachi showed himself, and Kenpachi is not the guy you want to see. Which I actually do find it kind of funny, because Kenpachi and Nnoitra are actually, pretty similar characters. They both have like a bloodlust, But I do believe the aspect of death for Nnoitra is despair, actually. And it's kind of funny, because I think it's only right that everybody that spent resources on Nnoitra is feeling that aspect of death, despair. Everybody has despair that put resources into him, because that's how bad he is. But yeah, I think let's see here, his Fracción Espada was Tessera, T-E-S-R-A, I think, Tessera. And Tessera was a character in himself. He cared deeply for Nnoitra, but Nnoitra didn't care for him at all. Nnoitra ended up fighting Kenpachi and getting wrecked, because Kenpachi was just toying with him the entire time, like Kenpachi does with everybody. But I think that's actually gonna wrap that up. Let's actually talk about Nnoitra in game now. Okay, and feel free to sound off in the comments about how terrible that little analysis of his character was. Feel free. Let's check out his bonds first. Okay, so what do we got here? We got 3 and 3, 3 HP, 3 attack. Not great, not bad, pretty average. All the characters are pretty easy to get. I do like how he has his mask here for the attack bond. That is pretty good. Other than that, pretty average. Let's check out his talent. Talent, Kenpachi Contest Battle Arena. If you're a whale, hey, have fun. That's good for you. If not, if you're a regular player, don't worry about that. Let's see here. War Souls. Heroic War Soul. Effect reduction rate of all characters by 3%. Huge. I suggest maxing this ASAP. Very, very important. And now we can cover his skills. Okay. Cross Cleave. Let's just get through this really, really quickly here. Okay, Cross Cleave deals damage to an enemy. Each missing point grants bonus damages. It would be nice if you actually told us the bonus damages, but you didn't. Rage. When Nnoitra's life total is 30%, 8% of his life total is spent, deals damage to the enemy front row, deals damage, targets equal to 8% of enemy characters' total health, weapon awakens. There's a 20% chance to paralyze targets for 1 round. 20% is extremely low. Never happens at all, very rarely, if ever. I didn't even know there was a paralyze on that until I went back and read his kit like a month or two ago. I was like, oh, it actually paralyzes. Oh, interesting. His rage skill does pretty much 0 damage and 8% life total. If you can only guarantee 8% of a character's life as a main damage dealing, you know, part of the kit, you're lost. You know, so not good there. Deathmatch. This is the best thing about him. Effect reduction rate of the ally front row. Effect reduction rate is very, very important. I actually realized this because I used to use my Ichigo team comp, and I went against a Nnoitra and realized that, hey, you know, I'm having a difficult time getting some CC effects on the front row. That's the reason why, Nnoitra. The first time Nnoitra receives fatal damage, he gains deathmatch effect for 1 round. Deathmatch is pretty much useless. Damage that would be fatal is negated. Cannot be healed. All damage dealt is increased by 60%. Recovers 500 rage at the end of the round. If this character defeats an enemy while deathmatch is active, the effect immediately dispelled and the character recovers 30% health and 500 rage. It's a good chance you can get the rage off because chances are he just got one shot by an opponent. Hence the reason why deathmatch went off. But once again, his rage doesn't do any damage, so that's lost. It's not like you can heal him because he has healing negated, and he's not going to get that 30% life total back. So as soon as deathmatch ends, he's just going to come back with 1 life, or 0 life, I should say. And if anything breathes on him, he dies. Yeah, that's just how his character goes. Unfortunately, garbage in all aspects. The only reason why he's even remotely good is because effect reduction rate by 3%. That's the only reason why he's... This is what his passive should look like right there, because that's all you get from it. All right, let's do some quick grades here. 1v1, I'm sorry, 6v6. I'm gonna give him a... I'll give him a D+. Why? Because the effect reduction rate. Yeah, he sucks in 6v6. That's the only reason why he's good. His paralyzed never goes off, if ever, and you cannot depend on that at all. 1v1, he just gets 1 shot right out of the gate. He needs to survive. If he cannot kill a character in 2 rounds, it's GG. So, unfortunately, Nnoitra, he gets a D- in 1v1. Honestly, I should just give him an F in 1v1. Let's just go with that. Let's grade some skills here really quickly. Cross Cleave. This does look pretty cool. I do like the look of it. It would be pretty nice if they put his, you know, Zanpakuto on there. That'd be pretty cool. The 8-looking weapon, or the, you know, I guess it kind of looks like Kira's weapon, Wabisuke, but with 2 of them. Let's see here. We have Rage Skill. Rage Skill looks... I do like the look of his Rage Skill. Unfortunately, the actual animation doesn't look too great, but this looks pretty good. Severing Strikes, that sounds pretty good, so I do like that. Deathmatch. Honestly, I really do like this image here. It's a picture of him. I do like the color, the big color, the open chested, you know, the scar on his shirt, or the scar on his chest. I do like this a lot. He even has a little eye patch right there, so that is pretty cool. I do like that. I'm gonna give this... I'll give this one a B. I think a B+ is pretty good for that. This right here, I'm going to give this a C. And this right here, I'll give this like a D. Yeah. Unfortunately, as I said before, despair is the only thing this guy gives off to anybody that spent resources on him. Because he's terrible. Alright guys, that's going to wrap this one up here. If you guys would like to check out the next one in the series, I'm going to be covering Nellie, and she's actually really good. But guys, if you enjoy this content, feel free to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, I'd appreciate it. If you guys would like to chit chat, feel free to join my Discord, link will be in the description. And I'll catch you all in the next one.